by a shady, wady pool.
Shangri-La, really la.
I'm wishing I could be that man.
We have roughly 3,600 tickets in here. They all had to be entered in the computer. And I'd like to call Claire Pavolka up to make the actual drawing. Go over there and stir them up a little bit. This is the winner of the $14,000 Crestliner pontoon. Sorry. There's a lot of tickets in there, and Claire is stirring them up. Any minute now, she will draw the winner. And the first drum roll. Now this is the first one out is the winner, right, Claire? This is the winner of a Crestliner pontoon boat, Spartan trailer, Mercury outboard motor, and the winner is Jerry Borgen. Oh, Denise Gurdine from Maiden Rock. Gurdine. Denise Gurdine from Maiden Rock, Wisconsin. Phone number, we will call her and tell her to pick it up right now. And one thing the governor said at the very first meeting we had with him is that this is the 50th. We want to make it memorable. And he didn't say, let's make it memorable because it's his last. He said, let's make it memorable because it is the 50th. And, you know, as you think about that, it's not possible to have every fishing opener be, you know, completely memorable. But I think he issued a challenge to those of us in Red Wing. And as it happens in this community, all you have to do is ask some people to do some things, and then get out of their way because they will do it. And another thing we learned in Red Wing, that was learned in Red Wing a long, long time ago, and even before Janelle was mayor. But if you look around Red Wing and you drive around and you see parks and playgrounds, athletic fields, whatever it happens to be, you'll find that the private sector came through with capital to build it, and the public sector preserves it for generations and generations. And so it was no different with this fishing opener. You know, we knew nothing in Red Wing how to conduct a fishing opener. I mean, zero. And so once again, the public and private came together. And Governor, I got to tell you, the Department of Economic Development, the Department of Tourism in that area, members of your staff and your House staff have just done a fantastic job in helping us make this a memorable fishing opener.
We had a wonderful local committee, and it is really, I think, because of the amount of work and effort that they put into this entire weekend, we really do need to recognize each and every one of them. So as I call your names, would you please stand to? First and foremost, Jerry Borgen. Jerry was our program chair, and every meeting we went to, Jerry had about 10 more ideas of things we were supposed to put together and do. And so our challenge was to sort of rope Jerry in a little bit. And did you think you had enough activities to participate in today? They were very ideas. So thank you, Jerry. And Julie Bombeck. Julie, where's Julie? Julie was in charge of all of the merchandise. So the jackets, the hats, everything like that you received, all of those gifts, the bags, that everything was coordinated with and put together. Julie helped design those and put those all together, and she had a mammoth job. If you can imagine counting and figuring out where all these things were supposed to go and the numbers that we needed to do. So Julie, thank you very, very much too. Ralph Derricks, and Ralph is the guy. We all know what Ralph did.
What did Ralph do?
Maybe there's a story I don't know about Ralph. But really, you all know that the governor caught his first fish at a fish shelter. And Eileen Fuller, where are you, Eileen? Eileen has coordinated all of the meals and receptions, and so putting that together, the menus and everything, but a tremendous challenge and a wonderful job. They've been doing great. And then because Joe and I were involved, we felt it was very important for our spouses to be involved in this too, and so Barb Goggin and Mark Deerstead planned the community dinner that we had last night. John Key, where's John? John's over here too. John was in charge of the shore lunch plus more. I mean, every time we had a challenge, we said, John, can you fix this? And John did. And then Burl Leo, where's Burl? Burl's over here. Burl was in charge of raising money. He was helped by Tom Longlet. Where's Tom? Is he around here too? Tom helped out too. We had a budget of around in the area of $130,000 to $150,000, and these gentlemen helped put that together. And Henry Sorensen from the city of Red Wing. Henry? The city does not look beautiful because it just happens. Someone has to make sure that it happens, and Henry's that person that makes sure it looks beautiful around here. So thank you, Henry. And then Mara Sorensen, transportation, all those buses that took that. Cindy Taube. Where's Cindy? Cindy was in charge of communications, so she had a tremendous job and handled it very, very well. Thank you, Cindy. Ron Talugan. Where's Ron?
All right,
Okay,
Ron.
We had to have someone who could keep track of all that money coming in and going out. And if you're a sponsor and you haven't paid yet, Ron's going to get after you. And Ron kept track of all of our finances and did an outstanding job. And then I also want to thank Claire Babelka and Bob himself from our Visitor and Convention Bureau who helped us. And then a very, very special thanks to Joe Goggin, our other co-chair. Red Wing Shoe played a tremendous role in this. Many of their employees helped us out. They were a major sponsor in many, many ways. So Joe, and our thanks to you and to the Red Wing Shoe Company for all you did.
このレッドウィングと1995年から姉妹提携をして子どもたちや一般市民が非常に、親善の実を上げているところでございます。
As Mr. Mayor said, since 1995 we signed the Sister City exchange, and then since then we have a student exchange and also delegation visit in both cities.
そして同時に私はカールソン知事さんから名誉市民賞も頂戴をいたしております。
He also received honorable citizenship from Governor Carlson.
今回の記念にカールソン知事さんに贈呈をいたします。
This is
is a gift for the Governor Carlson. This is a doll from Japan. It's a children's doll.
And make it through them all.
I will sail my vessel till the river runs dry, like a bird upon the wind. These waters are my sky, I'll never reach my destination. If I never try, I will sail my vessel till the river runs dry. Yes, I will sail my vessel till the river runs dry. Till the river runs dry. This time we dip. When you make that Minnesota trip, it's your fun on Route 61. Don't take the low road on the high road 61. Don't take the byway road, the highway 61. Get your fun on the RT 61. You can fish the Mississippi and bring to Lake City. A walleye on your stringer is fine. You see, fishing is fun. Even if you get skunked,
You can fish from our pier.
check out all the fish here.
Northern
Scrappy, sauger, really okay with you. Give hip to this timely tip. When you make that fishing owner trip, just for fun, fish from our shores. But for food, fish from our stores. Where all mothers dwelleth with their chosen land, where the peaceful river floweth gently wide. The mountains, we greet them with a song, whose echoes resounding their woodland heights along, shall mingle with anthems that winds and fountains sing, till hill and valley gaily, gaily ring.
Today, we find Dr. Gil Whitney in the operating room of the Minnesota Hospital Red Wing Fairview Clinic. Scalpel.
Scalpel,
A smaller scalpel.
smaller scalpel,
An even smaller scalpel.
even smaller scalpel.
There, I've cleaned the governor's fish. Oh, Helen. Helen. Ah, there you are, Dr. Whitney. Now you understand, Charlie plays all the other parts. Why, there you are, Dr. Whitney. Why, it's the hospital administrator, Lionel Barrymore. Dr. Whitney, I have just hired my new assistant hospital administrator here at the Red Wing Fairview Clinic.
Oh, good. Who's that?
Joe Goggin. And he wants you to wear these Red Wing boots in surgery. Very fetching. are your boots, Helen, Nurse Trent?
Oh, thank you, thank you.
My, here's Joe Goggin coming now.
Hi, everybody.
With Joe's CEO experience, things are gonna really happen around here.
What plans do you have, Mr. Goggin?
I have just hired a new X-ray technician.
Oh, good. Who is it?
Peekaboo Carlson.
Peekaboo Carlson?
Yeah, he used to be the governor of Minnesota. He needs the job. Isn't that great? In fact, here he comes now.
Gangway, everybody. Out of the way. I just got x-rays out of the brain cavities of the entire state legislature.
Where are you taking them?
Into microsurgery.
Microsurgery.
Patients can't leave the hospital until they've come through the bank.
We won't have to wait months for those insurance payments.
Also, those on life support, they're hooked right up to their bank account. As soon as they run out of money, their life support goes.
Isn't this great?
Hi there, folks. I wonder if you could help me.
Well, sure,
Put my teeth in.
Sure, old timer.
Yeah, well, I wonder if you could tell me how I am. Give or take a few $1,000s. I figured I should get a checkup because, you see, I'm getting married next week.
Well, good for you, old timer.
Yeah,
Married to your
yeah.
age.
I'm gonna get married, and then I'm gonna go on a honeymoon to Hay Creek.
Hay Creek?
Yeah, they have a new tourist spot for honeymooning senior citizens. It's called Viagra Falls.
Well, Governor, welcome to our staff.
Well, I'm anxious to get to work. I'm going to like being an x-ray technician.
But aren't you afraid of working with all that radioactive material?
No, I've handled hotter things than that before.
Hotter than cobalt?
Yep,
Hotter than U-235?
yep.
Gee, what is it?
175 stadium proposals and a tax surplus.
And now, Olson and Olson at the Lake, starring Gil and Finn. The only... Starring Gil and Finn, the only two professional fishermen named after fish parts. And now, with Governor Arne Carlson starring as Finn, here they are, Gil and Finn.
Hi, anglers, and how's your bobber? Hi, I'm Gil.
And I'm Finn.
And here we are in Red Wing. What do you think of Red Wing, Finn?
I love Red Wing. It's the largest city in the state of Minnesota without a new stadium plan.
Hey, Finn, were you with the governor when he was fishing?
I don't know if he knows much about fish.
Why do you say that?
Well, this morning he thought he caught a paddlefish.
So?
Well, it was the maiden voyage of the Delta Queen.
Well, you know the governor. He is the ultimate conservationist. He's such a conservationist, he practices don't catch and release.
Ah, but he loves fishing here in Red Wing. I mean, if you're going to rough it, you might as well say rough it here at the St. James Hotel.
You said it.
I thought this was a fishing trip. I went down to the dock this morning and found a chocolate mint on my boat cushion.
Hey, getting back to Governor Carlson, do you think he might have come here to Red Wing because the newspaper is called The Republican?
Well, I'll tell you this. If it had been called the Red Wing Democrat, he'd only be passing through here on his way to the Nona.
Governor and Susan, thank you. Thank you for joining us and making this a special time. Governor and Susan, thank you. Thank you for joining us and making this a special time for the community of Red Wing. We have so enjoyed your presence, and it was an honor for us to host this fishing opener. Governor, you have some closing comments, and then be sure to look out those windows.
Thank you, Jonelle.
Jonelle, and to all of you, I say thank you very, very much to our good friends from Japan and the correspondents from Europe. Welcome to Minnesota, and I hope that you take back a slice of our life overseas. We are delighted to have you. To the good mayor, I say we're delighted to have you as an honorary citizen of Minnesota. That entitles you to pay annual taxes. We give out a lot of honorary citizens awards. I really want to thank the entire community of Red Wing. As I said when the boat landed yesterday, this was a very special journey for Susan and me, because our journey for governorship started in Red Wing with the selection of Jonelle as the lieutenant governor. And during the good times and during some of the darker times, the Deersteads and you people in Red Wing always stuck by us. That is something that Susan and I will never forget. You will always be with us, and I deeply, deeply thank you for your kindness and for your deep sense of community. It means a lot to us. And to Jonelle and to Joe Goggin, for the work that you've done and for the work that your committees have done, I want to present on behalf of the state of Minnesota some certificates of our gratitude, if I may. This commemorates the 50th anniversary of the Governor's Fishing Opener, fishing for gold in Red Wing, and believe me, we found a lot more than gold. And we will never forget it. Catch the Mississippi Magic. Yes, we did, but we threw them overboard. Besides, it may be a disease, who knows? But seriously, the 50th anniversary of the Governor's Fishing Opener, to Jonelle Deerstead with sincere appreciation, and likewise to Joe Goggin. Thank you ever so much. Thank you.
Thank you all. Drive home safely. Had a great time. We did.
All thanks to Jonelle.